You have a six-figure salary. Your LinkedIn profile looks perfect. By all accounts, you are the American dream, the pride of your entire family. But you're still living paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because you are paying a tax that no one told you about. An invisible tax, not on any official form, but heavier than the federal tax. It's the cultural tax, or as I call it, the family tax. This is the untold story of the true cost of sacrifice, and why earning more money sometimes makes the problem worse. To understand this paradox, we have to understand two completely different financial worlds, a deep conflict in money management philosophies between generations. The first world, the world of our parents, our ba, me, ong, ba. Money is tangible. It's real. It's the gold bar hidden under the mattress. It's the piece of land back home that you can stand on. Theirs is a scarcity mindset, a mindset forged by past experiences of war, migration, and trauma. Their main goal is safety and survival. They look at the stock market, a 401k, an ETF, and they don't see growth. They have a fundamental mistrust of abstract regulated financial systems. They see risk, gambling, the potential for loss. In our world, the world where we grew up in the stable financial system of the West, money is abstract. It's digital. It's a number in an app. We operate with a growth mindset. We try to build long-term wealth. We use modern tools like diversification, compound interest, and investing in official retirement accounts like 401ks and IRAs. And this is where the conflict begins. It's a collision of two financial languages. Our parents say, send money home for me to hold, buy a piece of land in Vietnam. We say, I need to maximize my 401k because my company is matching. Our parents hear 401k and think it's risky. We hear, send all savings to buy a piece of land and see it as an illiquid asset, putting all eggs in one basket. This isn't just a disagreement, it's a fundamental conflict of values where our personal financial goals, buying a home, retiring, are in direct competition with the collective obligations of the family. So why do we do it? Why do we choose to sacrifice our own goals? Why does a software engineer in Silicon Valley making $150,000 a year not dare to buy his own home? Because he feels obligated to send thousands of dollars every month to build a huge house back home for his parents, a project that might exceed their actual needs. Many of us feel we are carrying what's called the family debt. It's not a real loan, it's an unspoken debt. It's the feeling that we owe a huge debt to our parents for the sacrifices they made to give us this new life. It's the pressure to repay the favor. This feeling leads to unconditional financial support, regardless of our own ability. And this is the most intense conflict, the retirement burden. Many first-generation immigrants don't have formal retirement plans due to war, language barriers, or that mistrust of financial systems. The consequence is, their children become their human retirement fund. In effect, we are our parents' 401k. The monthly support we send in reality is the insurance premium we are paying to compensate for the fact that Generation 1 couldn't invest in their own retirement 30 years ago. In the past, this pressure was just a private family matter, but today it's being amplified in ways our parents never experienced. Social media platforms have transformed the cultural tax from a secret family obligation into a public, systemic challenge. Think about Facebook and the Vietnamese community groups. It has created the Viet Q illusion. Our relatives back home see the posts of our new car, our vacation, our nice apartment. They don't see the monthly payments. They don't see the credit card debt. They only see success. This amplifies the absolute belief that everyone overseas is wealthy and has a duty to provide. This creates a toxic feedback loop. We send money home. Our relatives, perhaps also wanting to show off, spend it on a lavish party or a new motorbike and post it on Facebook. We see that post and we feel resentful, taken advantage of and angry. But then the guilt kicks in. Money guilt. And we send more. Then comes TikTok and YouTube Shorts. The pressure is turned into viral, digestible skits. The kid answers the phone. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, 5,000? Okay, I'll send it. These videos reenact the stressful phone calls from parents and the torment that follows. It's funny, but it's real. Using hashtags like hashtag Asian money guilt turns a personal conflict into a shared cultural phenomenon. And where do we go to confess? We go to Reddit. We go to r/Asian parent stories. Reddit acts as an anonymous confession booth. Anonymity allows users to share their most painful ethical conflicts and details about financial pressure that they wouldn't dare say in real life. Typical posts: AIT, am I the a-hole for not paying for my sibling's wedding in Vietnam? This community doesn't just complain. They actively seek practical solutions and dialogue scripts. The need to find a respectful way to say no to family is a powerfully amplified theme. If you've ever gone on Reddit looking for an anonymous answer, if you've ever watched a TikTok and felt, oh my God, that's me, or if you're just feeling alone on this financial journey, then this is the place for you. Hit that subscribe button and join our community. This is a safe space for us to share, understand, and find a way to balance these two worlds together. You are not alone. This is the untold part. The sacrifice isn't just from our parents' past, it's also our own sacrifice right now. First, there is the psychological cost. It's the burnout from working 2 or 3 jobs. It's the hidden psychological and financial burden. It's the people who admit they have to seek therapy to deal with the pressure and guilt of saying no to their family. Next, there is the cost of face value. This pressure is why a family in the US, struggling with their own student loans, might feel forced to borrow money just to buy 2 new iPhones as gifts when they visit Vietnam. Not because they want to, but because they fear the judgment, fear hearing, "You went to America and came back empty-handed?" And finally, the most devastating long-term cost, the loss of our own future. Because they focus on sending money to the family, many people delay or are unable to save for their own critical personal goals like a retirement fund, buying a home, or investing in their own children's education. Let's talk about the oxygen mask principle. On an airplane, they tell you to put on your own oxygen mask before helping others. Why? Because if you pass out, you can't help anyone. This system of sacrifice is forcing an entire generation not to put on their own masks. And this is the trap of sacrifice. We sacrifice our own future to support our parents at the very real risk of having nothing for our own old age. And in 30 years, we will become the new burden for our own children. The cycle continues. Let's talk numbers. Every dollar we send home before we are stable is a dollar that doesn't go into our emergency fund. It's a dollar that doesn't go into our own retirement fund. And this is the really painful part. When we don't contribute to our 401k to get the company matching funds, we are throwing away free money. We are sacrificing the most powerful weapon in finance: compound interest. Losing this compounding advantage over decades is a severe loss to the sender's own financial future. So what do? How do we break this cycle without breaking our families? This isn't about being selfish. This isn't about stopping support. This is about changing how we support. This is about shifting from unconditional enabling to smart empowerment. The real work starts here. 1. We must put on our own oxygen masks. This is non-negotiable. Before you help anyone else, you must secure your own finances. Build your 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Prioritize saving for your own old age. You must contribute enough to your 401k to get the full company match. That is free money. 2. We create a separate family support budget. This is revolutionary. Instead of being a reactive ATM, you become a proactive planner. You decide on a limited and sustainable amount you can afford. Treat it as a fixed expense, just like rent or groceries. When that fund is empty for the month, it's empty. This creates a financial boundary. 3, and this is the hardest part, radical transparency. We have to stop saving face. We have to stop participating in the Viet Q illusion. It's time to have the hard conversation, not with anger, but with love and data. Share your real cost of living, rent, insurance, taxes, to help relatives back home understand that your life has burdens too. 4. Shift from giving money to giving empowerment. Instead of just sending cash, offer to invest in a vocational course for your brother or buy a needed medical device for your grandparents. Stop unconditionally enabling recurring business failures. Instead, offer one-time capital for a specific business plan or invest in education so they can become financially independent. This approach delivers more realistic and sustainable value. The untold story of Vietnamese sacrifice is not simple. There are no heroes and no villains. Our parents, they were right. They were right to value family, to value community, to teach us that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. Their sacrifice is the reason we have these opportunities. Their language is sacrifice. And we are also right. We are right to want a future. We are right to want to use the financial tools we've learned to build safety, to break the cycle of scarcity, and to build generational wealth, not just generational debt. The challenge of our generation is to find a new language, a language that honors their sacrifice while protecting our future, a language that balances hieu thao, or filial piety, with financial freedom. This isn't just a Vietnamese story. This is the story of every immigrant child, every person caught between two worlds, trying to build a bridge. So my question to you is, how are you building your bridge? This conversation, it's heavy, and it's one we need to have. If this story resonated with you, if you've ever felt this pressure, share your story in the comments below. We are not alone in this. And if you want to be part of a community that continues to explore these complex, beautiful, and sometimes painful stories about who we are, hit subscribe. Let's find the answers together. Thank you for listening.